Hello, hello, hello. Let's see how long we get to wait before we get some company today in this live. But today I figured I'd be a little bit more chit chatty than in my last live, which was the first live that I've done in quite a long time. So I guess I needed to warm up a little bit. And now I'm here. So, all good, right? I have this virus shawl that is pretty much almost done. Hello, hello. Nice to see whoever you are that's here lurking around. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Let me know that you can actually hear me. So we have this virus shawl and a little bit left on this cake. So I'm gonna finish it, and I need some help finding a pattern for the next shawl that I'm gonna make. So any ideas is very much appreciated. I can show you the yarn that my next shawl is gonna be, and perhaps you have some good ideas. It looks... Oh, Mama J! Well, you're very welcome. And yeah, this is the cake that my next shawl is gonna be in. And I want a pattern that's not a lot of holes, and I prefer a triangular shawl. So do you have any great ideas? The reason I don't want any holes is this is going to be a present for someone that recently got diagnosed with breast cancer and will have to fight with chemo and radiation and probably feel a bit cold. So I want it to be like, pretty, not so much holy to warm up, or like, So I have this. It's the Twister. Yeah, Twister color number 6. And I also have some solid twisters so that I can add to it. So I have 1,800 meters. What could that be in yards? We have yardage here. So we have 1,093 and 437 times 2. My math sucks. So that kind of tells me we're at 18, maybe closer to 1,900 yards-ish. So I think I should get a decent sized shawl, even though I don't want a lot of holes in it, you know? I just have a hard time. No, the solid, like, I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna go from the center and out, and then the solid will just add on to it, to whatever amount is needed for a decent size of the shawl. So I'm not gonna cut in this part. I'm just gonna add it to the end. So you're working. What are you working with, or like what do you do for work that allows you to sit here and keep me company while I'm doing this last, like, seriously, this part here is the last part of this round, and then I have one more round and then it's finished. So this one is probably going to be finished quite soon. So the live might be a shorter one today, which is not a bad thing in itself, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, hello, Winter. Nice to see you. How are you today? You're writing a shawl pattern? Is it a lot of holes in it? Because I need a dense type of shawl pattern. Today is a pretty good day. I have played my first game of Hobby Bingo, with our new Hobby Bingo host, Sende. And she is really a cute one. So it was like she was bubbly and had a lot of energy, and it was really fun. I think she said that it was 1,000 plus. I think like 1,000, 1,100 people in Sweden playing bingo for the first time. It was awesome. I didn't win. I was almost, kind of close enough, but not. I had two numbers left for the full, um, the full at the end, like all numbers. What's it called? The full card? I don't know. Chains and skips and I've been debating on making another Ceylon tea shawl, but I think that one has a lot of holes in it, so that one's kind of like not really what I want. But I know what I'm gonna look at the pattern. I know there's a new pattern by the same designer that made the Ceylon tea shawl, the Red Teapot Atelier. And she released a pattern really recently called Moroccan Mint Tea Shawl. I've been thinking about that one, but it looks, I don't know. It's not boring, but it's not the most fun one. Let's see. Am I even allowed to like post links in my own? Yeah. So I was thinking about that one, but I'm not sure. Because it kind of feels boring somehow. I want more. I don't know why. It just doesn't pop to me. I think maybe it's the colors. The colors are meh in my eyes. Like, the colors themselves are beautiful, but the pastel-y, nothing really happens. I don't know. So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking about. Yeah, I'm not sure the Darjeeling might be a bit more holes in it than I'm wanting, I guess. I've done the Ceylon tea shawl twice. So, office administrator at the church. I'm guessing you have a quite of a easy, like, not a lot of people running around, so you can have videos going in the background. I'm feeling a lot of people working in an administration can do that. Not always, but like, it feels like you have an opportunity to be able to do that more than other lines of work. Yeah, the holy part, like, I don't know if you heard it's, I need a warming shawl for my auntie that is battling breast cancer. We talked about that the other day. But I'm feeling like the holy patterns are gonna be not warm enough. That's just the... Of course, anything is probably gonna warm a little, but with a lot of holes, it just feels like it's not gonna be like the one she grabs when she's cold. So that's basically the only reason I'm feeling that a lot of holes is not the way to go. And at the same time, I want to do something like really over the top, because the yarns are quite toned down colors. So I don't mind a pattern that is a lot of extra everything. I like the like the yarn as it is. So double stranding, nah. It's similar to the yarn weight I have here, but and then I would need another cake of the main color, and I don't have that. Because at the same time, I don't want it to be too heavy, and going up with like doubling strands or thicker yarn weights, then we're adding weight to it, and that's not really what I'm after this time. Yeah, this is the Virus Shawl, and it's almost finished. We have this bright poppy neon-y orange, and then it goes into more of a brownish orange and grays in different shades, and then the black is kind of almost fading into my background here, which is just my desk. The yarn I'm using is a Dahlia Halloween limited edition whole beat cotton cake with these really gorgeous, I like these bands are just so cute. Yeah, it's a bit shiny though. Try to get it without a glare. And since it's a Halloween edition, the color was 6, but I have no idea what the name was. And I don't know if it's going to be available next Halloween. Some of their colors have been like coming every year, and some colorways seem to be discontinued from way back when. So, but yeah, we're going for bright poppy oranges and grays and blacks. I figured this to make this into a virus was a good idea. It looks really nice, especially with the background. Yeah, well, moss stitch to me is kind of boring. That's like, I love designs. I love when stuff happens. Like I like to also challenge myself. The virus is stuff is happening, but it's not like the most fun thing going on. It's a repeater that it's, yeah, it works out fine. Let's see. I have a lot of stuff since I'm now in my office. Do I have something really interesting? Another virus. Where is the other ones? Oops. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw anything on you. Oh, there we have something that is, let's see, can I get it? Okay. We have something here that has a little bit of more things going on. I think those it calls secret paths or something. It's not the most fun thing, but there's stuff happening with, the popcorns and all of these ridges, some holes. Something's happening, okay? I wish I have another shawl that I made in the same colorway that is more things going on. I don't remember the name, but it has more stuff going on. That one is not in here, unfortunately. I also have this, I call it my chocolate shawl, because we're going from like milky chocolates to deeper browns and down into like really rich chocolatey flavors, colors. This is also like, it feels like something is going on, but it's still feeling simple because it's the same thing repeated. So it kind of feels boring to me. I guess the only reason I feel like I don't want to do these type of simpler patterns is because of the colors being simple, kind of. Because yeah, this is the cake I'm going to be using. So we have reds and pinks, white, a little bit of a gray, and then going to black. But I want something extra. I guess I want to put a little bit extra of like my time and effort into it, since it's for someone that is battling breast cancer and she needs every piece of support possible. So I figured anything extra. This is the time to do something extra. You know? That's how I'm thinking. So, but yeah, a shawl with not a lot of holes in it to keep it as warm as possible. I think probably like this one, it doesn't have a lot of big holes, so it could work. But like this, with the virus, the holes are a lot bigger and it just feels like it's not going to be warm enough for like, you know, freezing because of all the meds and stuff, all the cold shivers and yeah. So this just doesn't feel like it's going to work. Or like patterns with larger gaps or holes and such. Here I have, whoop! I'm gonna throw shawls on my own head. I have another, this one's also very simple, but it's, yeah, this feels too simple and too much holes going on. This is the one I'm feeling like boho vibes from, so I call it the boho shawl, but it's just a random Pinterest type pattern I found. Simple granny clusters, bigger hole section with a little bit of a taller stitch. It's not a double crochet, it's got one extra yarn over, so it's, what is it? Triple? Treble? I don't even know. And this one goes over to orange and purple, and then the fringe. You might have seen this one before if you have watched some of my older videos. And it's not blocked, and I have not trimmed the fringe. It's a hot mess, but I figured I'd do that on the blocking board, so yeah, I just don't. It's a mess. Hello, Dawn. I love to see all the new people that I've found recently. Like, I'm seeing a lot of names that I've seen in other places the last few days. And it's really nice to see that you actually come and visit me too, not just me visiting some of you. Really, really enjoying this yarn community. New yarny friends! Can you have enough? No, you cannot. The pretty shawls. Let's see. I need to. Can I find it easily? I don't know if I have that one easily available. And yes, I need to sort out the whole thing with my live stuff, yes. I do have Red Teapot's Ravelry up, so it was easy to find. But the QWERTY shawl is maybe it could work. Fantail shell. I don't know what that is, so I will need to look that up. Is that one on Ravelry? Let's see. Hooked by Robin, or is that one like a YouTube tutorial one? Okay, that one starts. Is that one that starts from the bottom up, and it looks like it's the other way around? Oh my god, someone gifted you 6 hanks of hand-dyed yarn. That is very nice. Very nice. Well, lurking is totally fine by me. I'm just happy that you are here and that you want to have me in your ears while you're working. I really enjoyed playing my first round of Hobby Bingo today, because Hobby Bingo came to Sweden. Yay! I didn't win. I was very close, but it was a really fun thing to experience since we haven't had it here before. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, I'm just doing this last round on this shawl, and then it's gonna be done. I don't have a regular time. I did a live a few days ago, and now I just had the opportunity to do a live right now. Most of the evenings, I'm not alone in the office at this hour, and I have all my stuff in the office right now, like my light and my holder for my phone and whatnot. So I've been sitting here crocheting a lot. Sometimes I'm on the couch and whatnot, but since I'm not allowed alone in the office and it's often a lot of noise here, yeah, it's just not a good place to do lives all the time. And tonight I'm all alone. The rest of the family is actually sleeping, and it's almost 11 o'clock in the evening. So it's just a lucky thing for me. And I've been a little bit feeling like when I've been in the mood to actually jump in and do a live stream, there's always someone else live streaming. So it doesn't really work out. Not all the time. Yeah, I've been feeling in the mood to do a live for a few days, but well, I did some unboxings recently, and that took a little bit of time dealing with that, but I should do a lot more often. Today I've been really productive. Like, usually I don't do a lot during the days because, well, I do what I need to do, almost. I crochet most of the time to battle my anxieties and mental issues. But I also have a family to take care of, so I deal with that. But today I mowed the lawn, and I've actually done some trimming around the edges and whatnot while I did that. And I actually went to go and get the wheelbarrow and fill that up with a lot of stuff and dumping it on the compost and things I normally don't do because other family members do that. Afternoon is also crochet time. There's no set time to crochet, talk yarn, have a lot of fun, right? Anyone else has any ideas for a shawl pattern that I can jump into after this one? Let's see if I can squeeze this one in. So this is what I'm going to be working with. If you want to have a little sneak peek of that one to inspire you. I want a shawl pattern preferably with not a lot of holes. So it's warm and comfy and snuggly and all of that. And it can definitely be like a wow piece with a lot of things going on. I think the closest to what I'm looking for is the Moroccan mint tea shawl. But I don't know. I'm not in love with the pattern. So I don't know yet if that's what it's going to be. But I'm probably leaning mostly towards that one. I just wanted to see if anyone else has any good ideas of patterns that I haven't yet found, you know? Because there's so many patterns out there, so many designers I've never heard of. But my plan is to do a wow piece. That's what it's needed right now, you know, to brighten the day of someone that's not feeling so good. I do get to crochet more or less every day, or I should say I crochet every day, but more or less all day. I need to make sure that there's food on the table for the family, and occasionally I go grocery shopping and stuff, but most of the time I'm home, sitting here quiet and alone and watching everyone else's YouTube videos, lurking around in live streams and whatnot. So I do have a lot of time that I could be probably live. I just sometimes feel like if I'm working on larger projects, like blankets or something, like, people don't want to see the same thing over and over again. There's so many other things to look at. So why would people come back 3 days in a row to watch me work on the same blanket? Whoop, sorry, didn't mean to bump you. Beautiful Friends Shawl by is it Granny? OM Granny Squares, Ursula? Is that gonna be your first shawl? You haven't done shawls before, or just first in line right now? Pineapple peacock. That sounds kind of yummy to me. Maybe not the peacock part, but pineapple. Sounds like I need to look at some new patterns. Yes, this is what I was asking for. New ideas. Aww. Well, I'm really happy that you took a little bit of your time, Winter, to stop by. I always enjoy your company. Yeah, this is a Virus Shawl. In bright orange. Let's spread her out again. I've turned her over, so oops. It's twisting. We have neon-y oranges and more of a beige, brownish orange type color, and then it goes to gray and black. And the black is, yeah, hiding in my desk. Yeah, I have a baby blanket planned that I need to have done by August, because that's when the baby shower is. If you saw my latest haul, you have seen the yarn I'm gonna do the baby blanket in. I just haven't decided a pattern yet, but I have decided on the yarn. I'm seriously really like, I have everything from my last haul still in the bag, and I think that the yarn I'm thinking of is in the bottom of the bag. So I'm doing like an almost unboxing-ish again to get it out. Oh, this is not the one, but you can see that one anyway. Because this is what I'm looking for. So this is what is going to become a baby blanket. But I almost went with this one. But that's because that one never came on sale, and this one came on sale. This is Hobby Yarns Twister, and this is Cotton King's Sultan Deluxe. So they're very similar in how much yarn and whatnot, but they're different because this one is cotton and acrylic, and this one just pure cotton. And I had been drooling over this cake for quite some time because I have done a shawl in this color. I can show you that in a minute. And I was like, I need to make a baby blanket for a boy. And I saw this colorway being used in a baby blanket, and it was just gorgeous. And then with the shawl, I figured, well, I could give the shawl to the mother as a really cute thing so they can match. But this yarn never came on sale, and this was the next best thing. So I got this, and then this one came on sale. So I got this one, and now I have this one, and I don't know what to do with it. I have 2 cakes of each, because the plan is to start from the center, work my way out to this dark, and then I'm gonna reverse and go from the dark into the light. So it's gonna be one big square blanket worked up in that color. Let's see. I don't want to throw more shawls on my own head, but I'm gonna get the shawl I've made in that one. here we go. So I did make it out of this same colorway, but I bought that yarn secondhand from someone that had taken out all the solid white. So the solid white center was not a part of that cake anymore. And I'm gonna move this to the side so you can see. This is a like half circle shawl or semicircle. I don't know. Let's put her down like this. So as you see, there's not the whitest of white as the center. We have some of the lightest minty green and the white together. But it is a half circle going from the lighter and fading to the darker colors here. Like, is this not gorgeous? And then I have a bit of a fun edge here. So this is going to be a present for the mother. And then I'm going to make a baby blanket out of the same colors. It is really, really nice yarn. Weaving ends is not something I enjoy. That is why I love these color changing cakes, because I love to have different colors in my projects, but I hate weaving in yarn ends. I hate weaving in anything. I made a little scrap project the other day because I made some owls. I'll just grab one owl. So I made 5 owls like this. I have a blue, yellow, green, red, and this purple one. And when I made them, I had some scrap yarns left. What did I do with the scraps? I tied it together into a very like mysterious kind of ball thing, and I made a coaster. So this is the scraps. I hate it. It was a pain to do it, like tying all the yarn ends up, but then again I only had to sew in the start and the end. It just took more time than it deserves, and I don't like the colors, but this is the scraps I had. So this is gonna be like the owls was it's an commissioned, and yeah, so I'm just gonna throw this one in as a bonus when I deliver the owls and be like, yeah, this is the leftovers, enjoy. Kind of a fun thing, but I think it's really ugly. It's just, oh, Granny D is here. Oh my god, so many people that I've seen the last few days. I'm just loving it that you guys want to join me as well. I love watching everyone else, so. And it's also like, I don't even know what the time is where all you is at. I'm guessing a lot of you have other things to do at this time as well. But yeah, so scrappy projects can turn into things I believe is ugly, but I'm probably thinking someone else is going to enjoy this. And as a coaster, or yeah, it's probably going to have stuff spilling all over it, and it's going to disappear into it. So you don't have to wash it too often, because whatever you're staining it with is probably going to disappear. So that's that. But yeah, so the baby blanket, I need to figure out a pattern for that, and I have until August. I'm not in a hurry, but that is the plan for that. And I do have 2 pieces that I'm working on that needs to be done by midsummer. I need to have them finished, and I need to have them shipped out before midsummer even. And I have them here because I've been working on it today. My desk is always full of stuff. This is what's left of one of the cakes, and it's still standing on its own even though it's starting to get thin. But we have here a pink Asteria, and it started in a really deep hot pink, and the end is gonna be light. So I have 4 more rows on this one, and then that one's gonna be done. I love the colors of this one. This is a Sultan cake. It's not the deluxe one. This is only 200 grams, 800 meters. But yeah, I have this one. It needs to be done soon. And I have one more of them in another colorway. That is teals, turquoise type of colors, minty almost. So I'm working on these two side by side. But this one, like according to the original pattern, this one is done. This is what it would look like if you just follow the pattern and end when the pattern ends. I still have a lot of yarn left. I did this one in a smaller hook size, and I have done an extra leaf round on a previous one that I made, and I winged it. I figured something out and it worked out, so I could use the last of the yarn for that. But that's only doable when I'm using the thinner or the smaller hook size. These are Cotton Kings Sultan. This one is color number 41. I think it's called Indigo Light. And the other one is also a Sultan cake, and this one has number 48, and it's called Rubelite. Yeah, so these are the Cotton Kings Sultan from Hobby. And I love to work with these cakes. They have 4 strands and they're not twisted together. So it is a little bit of a technique thing to keep the strands together and avoid splitting. And I know that that's the learning curve thing, because I felt a little bit of issues with splitting in the beginning. But once you figure it out, it's not a big of a problem. I know people are talking about like putting a bead on it so that they stick together. I never needed to do that. But then again, I didn't know about that thing before I actually like got familiar with the yarn and I had used it enough to not need it. So yeah, I do love these yarns. These 2 cakes for these Asterias in particular, I have not purchased because I'm doing these as a kind of a collaboration with fashion designer that needs a couple of crocheted pieces for her next clothing line or clothing collection thing. It's kind of almost an art exhibit. Like she's gonna do a couple of artsy clothing pieces, and they're gonna be in a gallery and stuff. So yeah, these are gonna be turned into clothes. I don't know exactly what she's gonna make of them, but she was talking about like putting them as a back piece on some type of cardigan or something. So it's really interesting to see what she actually makes out of them. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, don't you think? And don't you just love the colors? I know that the theme of her collection is mermaids, so that's why the whole color theme is basically pink and these minty teal colors. And I know that we are a couple of crocheters in Sweden that's helping out with this project. So she will have a lot of different pieces, different styles and whatnot, but it's all gonna be in these colors because that's like the thing that's like the same, so it looks like it's from the same designer, even though we're a lot of hands working on the pieces. And it's really fun, you know, think outside the box. These are doilies and she's gonna make clothes out of them, so you don't have to like limit yourself and only do what things are supposed to be, you know. It's just fun. I would never have thought of that, to like make these pieces and make clothes out of them. I made one that I gifted, and it's a doily or kind of like a tablecloth, and it sits under a lamp on a table. And I'm also making one for myself in a Sultan shadow cake. So it's a dark teal and then it fades out to black kind of. And it just looks like it would fit in my living room because I have similar colors on my couch. And yeah, so that one's just on the back burner, but I do have a picture of it on my Instagram when I'm working on it in my car. It's actually like I'm holding it up to the steering wheel. It looks really funny. So yeah, that's fun. I like to push myself and do things I haven't tried before. And like a year ago, I think, I did a couple of things that I never tried before at that point. And that was like toys-ish, ball with stuffing and, you know, just stuffing has never been my thing. Like the amigurumi style things. It's just, and now I've made the damn owls. Like I've made a whole family of owls. I never thought I would do that because I was like, no, I don't do stuffed toys and stuffed stuff. It started with one because I'm a bit kind of, I wouldn't say cheap, but we have a family member that graduates this year very soon, and here is it's very common that, oops, now I'm throwing stuff again, that when someone graduates, everyone's just like gifting them things that you can hang over their necks, flowers, bottles of champagne, and small stuffed toys. And I figured I don't want to go buy one. I can make one. So I made this one, and I'm going to make a graduation cap and put on it. Or that's the plan. So that's what I started with. And after that, I had to make one for my daughter, and I made a purple and a green one that was gifted to my best friend for her 2 kids. And then I got the 5 owls that I've made. I showed you the purple one. That turned out to be a commission piece since people apparently love these. I never thought I would do that like a year ago because I just don't see the fun in this. Especially the part with the sewing. That's the worst. It's the worst. Okay, I don't like sewing. It's pretty easy until the eyes because the wings are crocheted in. I made the wings separate first and then I crocheted up, and when I got to this round I just added them and crocheted in the round. But the eyes and the beak are sewn on here. The black is a separate disc, the white is a disc, so I sewed the black onto the white and then the white onto the head, and it was a tight squeeze with the small opening. It's just terrible. I don't see myself making any owls anytime soon. I, I don't love them. They're really cute, but I hate making them. Yeah. So that's the story about the owls, but yeah, I'm pushing myself. And that's the same thing with the doilies and or the asterias. Like it's patterns that has a lot of things going on, and I like to just jump headfirst into new, intricate, tricky patterns. So I want something really stunning to be the next shawl. I'm gonna put the cake back on here. This is the next shawl that I don't have a pattern figured out yet. But think, I think that the Moroccan, I'm gonna share the link again. The Moroccan mint tea. That one is probably the most Well, it's high up on my list of what I might be doing as the next shawl with this cake. But any suggestions is appreciated. I don't want a lot of holes. That's the only like main issue. The owls, there's nothing knitted on the owls, but it is single crochets all the way around. And if you're thinking about this part here, I just switched colors. I did one yellow stitch and then I switched color to blue and then yellow. So I had the other yarn traveling inside here, tapestry style-ish, I guess. And these bigger lines here is basically just a single crochet with a drop stitch. So I, instead of just going in the same round, I dropped it down to a couple of rounds below and did a longer single crochet. So there's only single crochets in different variations. There's no knitting, but this is not a part I enjoyed. Like here you can barely see the dark blues. The switching color in every stitch is just, I didn't like that. So on all the other owls, I just did this other style. Like this one. So I just did not make that on all the other ones. But yeah, I guess this could look a little bit knitted. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to bump you again. Regina, are you talking about the Moroccan mint tea? I have done the Ceylon tea shawl by the same designer, and I've done that one twice. And I have a couple of her other patterns. I just haven't gotten to do them yet. And I do really enjoy the way she writes her patterns. And they are very easy to do when you figure out her style. So it's not at all as hard as I thought it would be, because she has diagrams, written pattern, as well as pictures. So it's also a very, like I've noticed, it's a very good way to learn diagrams if you only know how to read patterns, the written style, or the other way around. To if you can read diagram but you can't read the written patterns, when you have all of those components together, it's actually a good way to practice on the whatever you haven't done a lot before. And also with the pictures being very it's just a very good combination overall. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't feel like patterns are worth buying, and sometimes it is. But I know the feeling. I don't often splurge on patterns, and also I do have the Hobby Plus membership, so every month I get 3 free patterns, and she has her patterns on the Hobby website. So I didn't pay for her patterns, but I did pay for the Hobby Plus membership. That's how I do it. One way to get your hands on some really gorgeous patterns for cheaper, I should say, because the Hobby Plus membership is about the same price as some of the patterns by themselves, and you get 3 patterns each month. So you actually get more worth out of that. And when you do buy from Hobby, you get like a free gift, and you get double the amount of points that you get from buying from them, because they have a point system. So everything you buy is turned into points. So you get the double amount of points, which can be good as well. So what is everyone working on today? I know some of you are working, and I'm guessing some of you are crocheting or knitting. If you're lucky, that is. Not everyone can do that in the middle of the day. I'm having a hard time spending my points at times. Not for the fact that like they don't have stuff that I want, but I've been more of, you know, getting yarn, because they do have some yarns in the point store, and I do like that. I just haven't kind of had time to use the yarn. Sophie's Universe in DK for a baby, and a kimono wrap. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not sure if it's Sophie's Universe or Sophie's Dream I started on. I don't think I've showed that one on my channel. It's one of my first projects, and it's kind of a scrap thing. Let's see. It's underneath everything on my mountain of stuff that's been falling down on my head. So let's see if I can get it out without losing everything. Yeah, yarn is falling from the sky. Okay, it's still attached to something. Okay, I don't know what's on the other end. Okay, so I don't even know what hook size when I started, if it's ever gonna finish. But yeah, here we have it. Scrap yarns galore. We have, yeah, I don't even know. Feeling this, definitely not the hook size I would pick doing this today. This feels really stiff in the center. And there's a lot of, yeah, this one has these different, I don't know which one it is, but I know it's a Sophie. And I found like video tutorials that I followed, but I didn't, as I said, I don't like sewing in yarn ends, so that's why I'm not liking this at all, because I changed yarns in some cases like every round, and here you're working all these sides and then you're working on the other side, so that's cutting yarn, sewing it again. And these flowers are really fun, but like you have this triangular type here, and then you're switching it so that the next triangular part is like this. I'm not even getting a good picture of this, but yeah, it's another Sophie, I know that much. And yeah, I don't even know where the end of the yarn ball is, but I'm still attached. I can feel like this is not gonna finish. Like this is basically where it's gonna end, because this tension is not where my tension is today. I cannot, I don't even know. Oh my god, it's so stiff. No, no, I don't want to continue this. It's been stuck in a box up here forever. I might finish this round and call it. yeah. As you see, I still have yarn ends to sew in, which is disgusting, but I did keep pretty good on keeping my ends under control. And oh my god, all the popcorns. All the popcorns. Like these rounds, I don't even know, but there's a lot of popcorns. I can say as much as I do love making popcorns today, and I don't mind making popcorns, but when I see rounds like this, I know how long time that's taking, you know? So, this is never gonna be finished. And now I'm bumping you again. It's, I would say, I don't know, probably a meter-ish each side, so it's too small for a baby blanket. Chevron, that's the type of wavy, pointy thing, right? A wall hanging? Maybe. I wouldn't say that the colors are like my type of colors. Chevron type of things is kind of intimidating to me. I don't know why, but that's something it feels scary. I don't know why, but the peaks and edges, keeping a track, because I hate frogging. Don't we all hate frogging? And seeing where you're supposed to increase and decrease to keep the, yeah, it's a little bit more of a hassle than, let's say, like a triangular shawl like one, where I have the ends to deal with, like the turning sides, and then just one increased part in the middle. So it's kind of a little bit less to handle. And here I'm sitting talking about it like it would be a big thing when I'm doing Asterias. Oh my god. I don't know why, but it's just chevrons are... I'm not friends with them. Maybe there's a trick to it, but some of the simpler things is sometimes harder because it's easier to spot the mistakes. If that makes sense. I've seen a couple of the Crochet Crowd tutorials. I don't think I actually tried any of them. There was some kind of big blanket that I was looking into making. It looked fun, but I had so much other things to do at the time. Also, Fiber Spider is really good at making tutorials. Study of texture. That's a blanket, isn't it? I think that might... Like, I recognize it. I've seen the tutorial. Isn't there's another blanket that's similar name? Study of texture. I think the way I make baby blankets is kind of a chicken way to make them. Because I like repeater patterns that starts in the center and I work my way out as a square. Because then I can go until I see that I'm running out of yarn. Making rectangular or like starting in one end, I'm a bit of a chicken. Because I never know like how big I should make it because I don't want to run out of yarn. So yeah, all my baby blankets are basically starting in the center and working my way out in the square. That's a chicken way out, yes. I have made like a 12-point star blanket. Other than that, I'm just making the square ones. I've done a couple of different baby blankets, and then I've made a couple of larger blankets in the same technique, starting in the center. And most of them have been hooked on sunshine patterns. The Sophie's, I think it's the dream I did. And that one is, I think she's called Deidre or something, isn't it? I don't remember. And then I have done, who made the pattern? Is it Kamei Crochet? I am gonna dig in a box again, because this one is gorgeous. It's just been sitting in the box for a long time, and it's in the bottom. So, I don't want to... Why do I have everything on top of everything? And why am I feeling like I want to show you guys all of these now? Okay, this one, I'm really proud of it because it's one of the first baby blankets I did that was extra. And I know the tension is not perfect in the center because it's kind of misshaped, or like it's not wanting to lay flat. It's kind of poking up because of these single crochets. I haven't blocked it. But this one, look at the colors. So I'm going to show you, basically here's the center, and it's a square. So this is the middle of the square. And it's round with puff stitches, which I don't really enjoy. And trust me, there's plenty of puff stitches in this one. So I got to practice them, because sometimes you need to practice to make perfect. I think this is called Anna's something. Anna's dream. Anna's something. And yeah, the center is not perfect because my tension was all messed up on the single crochets. Definitely very tight in the center and not so tight here. And then we're going into, these are also color changing cakes. Sheepy's Whirl in melting macaron or melting macaroon. So we're starting with this light yellow cream and go to pink, to green, to light blue, to purple, and then darker blue. And that's where the color of the cake stopped. Like, yeah. So I took cake number 2 and I reversed it, going out to the green part here. And so this is basically 1.5 cake of this yarn. So when I was finished with this, I had 1.5 cakes left. And with them, I made next blanket, which is the star blanket. So this is the 12-pointed star, which starts where this one ends. And we have one of the star petals here. So we're going from the greens. Here we have the cream. That's the center of the other one. And then I took cake number 3 and worked my way out to a light blue. And then I chickened out. Like, seriously, I played yarn chicken with myself for all these rounds. Because I was like, here, I'm not going to be able to make more rounds because I'm running out of yarn. So instead of these double crochets, I switched to single crochets just to, get the yarn to last or not to waste a lot of yarn. And look where that got me. How many rounds of single crochet? Yep. Yarn chicken. I won, and I won the next round, and I won the next round, and I won the next round, and I was like, yeah, okay. I clearly have no idea how long these yarn cakes last me. But yeah, it is gorgeous. These colors are really, really nice. The star blanket, I have no idea what I'm going to use it for. Because I'm not really I like square and triangular and rectangular stuff more, I guess. Round stuff and stars are not very common, so they feel like I don't know where they belong. But this pattern was really fun, and I love how this part looks. There's actually, the puffs and these fans, or shells. It's really nice. It's really cute. Yeah, my game of yarn chicken, when I did that one, I was so off. So let's see. I'm almost done with this one, you guys. I've passed the center, so now I'm only working my way out to this end here from where I'm at. And then this one's going to be done. Well, I have to, sew in the yarn tails, but that's all I have left to do with this one. Do you guys leave mistakes in your works, or do you frog every single mistake you find? I don't remember when, but like a year ago or something, I stumbled over like some Irish saying about crocheting and leaving mistakes in what you're making, so that your soul can escape once you've finished. Like everything you make, you leave a piece of yourself in it, but if you leave mistakes, you can more easily let go of the items. If you're selling them or giving them away, you're not as attached to them. So I think it's really nice, to let your soul be able to escape if you leave some mistakes. And I can tell you that because I made a mistake while I've been here. Or I didn't make the mistake in the live, but I covered it up here. I can just show you. So, as most of you know, if you've done the Virus Shawl, you're supposed to have, on the last round, you're not supposed to attach to these chain parts here. You're just making your way over and then jumping to the next. And I think over here, yes. On the round before, I apparently made a single crochet over here, so I covered that one up. And I had to get the last chain 4 attached in this little border I'm making. So this one here is not exact same as the other ones, since here it's missing this chain 4, if you can see that. But I don't think anyone's gonna notice. And yeah, I do leave mistakes because I hate frogging. If I can cover them up. If it's something that I definitely can't cover up, or if it's in the beginning, then I will probably frog it. But like this far in, no. No. Not gonna happen. And that chain 4 is not gonna be missed. Nope. I don't think you would have been able to figure it out unless I told you, if I put a picture up on it. Yeah, like a couple of rounds in, like if I'd made a mistake, you know, in the beginning here somewhere, I might frog it. Or like if it's the previous round in here. Or if I couldn't fix it somehow. Because a lot of times there is things you can do to cover it up. It's not that big of an issue to add a stitch here or decrease where you're not supposed to and whatnot. That's how I do it. Most of the things I make, I leave the mistakes. As I said, I want the soul to be able to escape. And if I don't even notice that I made mistakes, then even better. Sometimes I can be a bit annoyed when I find a mistake. But also it depends on what type of mistake. Getting closer to the end. It's really funny that I sat down here thinking 1.5 rounds of Virus Shawl is gonna take me a really short time to make. This live is gonna be really short because I was just, you know, gonna sit here and talk while I finish this shawl. And now I've showed you half of the stuff I have all over the place and been creating chaos and not crocheting as much as I thought, so this took a lot longer than I expected. I'm not complaining. It's just really fun when you never know what to expect. I really enjoy you guys' company. It makes me smile. Even though you can't see it, you might be able to hear it. That I'm really, really happy. Well, I'm happy to share. I have plenty more to share. That's one of my issues. I make a lot of things and I'm terrible at sharing, like on my social medias. I've been crocheting and crocheting and crocheting and I never sell because I don't show my stuff out there. I should, but it's hard. Well, I'm actually timing a lot of the things I'm doing recently. I'm using the Crochet Land app, and I don't know how long a lot of the things are taking because I haven't used it for a very long time. But the chocolate shawl that I finished, where did it go? Let's see. I'm gonna get it down here and hopefully not all of the other things as well. Just so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Because it's a simple pattern, a simple repeat. Here we have the center. Oh, turning it over. So it's, is it a, yeah, it's a simple repeat. This one took me, I think, 15 hours in total. And that's pure crochet time. I paused it every time I did crochet on it. And this is a yarn cake of 200 grams cotton yarn the exact same type that I'm using now with 800 meters. Yeah, so 15 hours-ish for this pattern. And the Virus Shawl I'm working on right now, I'm actually, that's the first Virus Shawl that I am keeping a timer on, just so that I can see how long a Virus Shawl takes me, so that I know, because I'm really looking into fair pricing and whatnot, and I just need to know how long stuff is taking me, because I am, like, I have a fairly big amount of stuff now, so my plan is to do some kind of um, market something to sell them, but I have always been like, I don't have enough stuff to fill up a booth or table, so I wanted to stock up on inventory. And since crocheted stuffed animals isn't my thing, and that's like fast small things that you probably can do plenty of them to do like markets more or less every weekend, yeah, I'm not that type of crocheter. I like these bigger pieces that takes longer time, but I just need to figure out the pricings. So, but I think, yeah, about 15 hours. And I know that I'm pretty fast, so don't feel bad if you feel like I'm telling you hours that it's short, because I crochet all day, every day. And some things are a lot easier than other things to me, and faster. And I know not everyone is like that. I've heard that before, like, oh, you crochet so fast, when I've been sitting here live, and it's like, maybe I am. I didn't think about it until you said anything about it. But yeah, this baby is next one up. I know that my Asterias have a lot more hours in them. The turquoise one that I've made, or I'm making with a 2.5mm crochet hook, I have over 24 hours into that one. And the other one that I'm making with a 3mm crochet hook is a lot faster, because I'm crocheting loosely or looser. And also, since I just did the pattern once, as a reminder, like I've done it twice before, it's just it's a lot faster now when I'm doing the pattern back to back, so I don't have even close to the same amount of hours into number 2. So yeah, once you've made a pattern once, it's probably gonna take you less time as well if you don't do it again. At least fairly back to back while you still remember the pattern. Like this pattern, I know by heart. I don't even need to bring out a pattern, because I've done so many of them. Some patterns are easier to be fast with as well, or some stitches. I know that some stitches takes forever, so I avoid them. No, I don't. But I don't do a lot of some of my not so favorite stitches. What's your favorite stitch and what's your least favorite stitch? Yeah, typing in chat has always been, yeah, that takes time. I do a lot of lurking most of the time because I'm crocheting at the same time, and mostly listen. I guess that's why I've not often found myself in live chats before, but I've been talking more recently. I've just been hiding in the shadows previously, or watched videos and not lives. I think I'm more of a double crocheter. And also, I don't like puff stitches, but I do like puff stitches around another stitch. So like a front post puff stitch. That is more doable to me. And popcorns, I'd rather do a popcorn than a puff stitch most of the time because I feel like I can make them more even and get them more nice and neat. Yeah, puff stitches is one I'm struggling with them most of the time, but front post puff stitches, that is a game changer. I do like those. There is a lot of them in the Asteria, and they look a little bit different because these are puff stitches around a double crochet. But you see, they are very more similar in size and everything. I just get them more even. I do prefer front post to back post, but I do enjoy the look of them. But yeah, if I get to pick, I would say front post all the way. And in some patterns where you turn your work, you can do front posts more or less all the way, but it looks like a back post if you're making them from the wrong side, which is nice. I love when you have that neat trick in shawl when you work from the wrong side and you just make front posts all the time, but you make them from the back side. Almost at the end. See? And it's almost midnight, and I have to get up at 6:30 and get the kids out of the house. Well, I have to drive them into town to drop off at daycare and school. It's funny, it feels like every time I've been up and about and accidentally bumping my camera, you get to see more and more out of my Christmas PJs because I have snowflakes on my pajama pants. But yeah, that's me today. It's evening. I get to wear pajamas. I wasn't planning on showing you guys, but apparently I am. So you're welcome, I guess. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. We're going into this last one here. Come on. There we go. And where's my scissor? This scissor is crap, but it's the one that was closest. There we go. I have this much left. And yeah, it's a decent amount. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I have a bag with a lot of these thin slivers of cake yarn that is waiting for a rainy day when I'm gonna do something fun out of them. That I know. Oh, I was talking about the points shop on Hobby before, and I was talking about that I don't know what to spend my points on. But at the same time, whoops, I have a bag of all these mini schemes that I got from the point store. Like, look at these. Aren't they cute? So I have one of every color that they released. And I know that they don't have all the colors anymore. But I have one of each color, and I've planned to make some kind of community project out of these that you guys get to pick the next color on a project that I'm making, which is, I figured that would be kind of fun, but I haven't gotten to it yet, and I don't know what pattern or anything. But these are cute, aren't they? We are talking about a beanie. All front post stitches. I don't think I've done that one, but I do like the look of front posts like that. I made the waffle stitch beanie hat kind of thing, and I made that one twice, and it's kind of too loved to be switched out. Not by me though. I need to make a new winter hat for myself, but hey, now we're going into summer. I'm not going to make hats yet. But yeah, these are so cute. Like, this is the regular size-ish. Now I've taken from this one, but look at the size difference. This is a 50-gram ball, which is normal, and this is 10. They're so cute. So yeah, I'm gonna need your help on this at some point. I'm thinking it's gonna be one big shawl, but I don't know yet. And there's so many colors. There's 30 different colors in here. Look at the bright orange. It's similar to the orange I've been working on here. Not the same though. This one looks more yellow. I'm guessing Granny D ran away. Well, I really enjoyed her company. And everyone else is here as well. It's been a lot of fun, you guys. I really appreciate the company. We have to do this again, right? Because I had fun, and I hope you had fun. This was just awesome. It's really, really nice to see that I've been here for 93 minutes. And I've had company since, like, the first few minutes. I did a live a few days ago. I was alone for the first 38 minutes. I almost gave up. And now I've had company the whole time, and it's been a lot of fun. I did get a lot of company after the first 38 minutes last time, but I guess it's been because I've been basically not doing anything since January, so I do understand that, you know, I haven't done anything. Why would people still remember me? It's just really, it really warms my heart. I'm really enjoying you guys' company. You mean a lot to me. Even though a lot of you are new to me here, but I've been lurking on your guys' channel for a bit, and we've talked a little bit before, so. And I've had a lot of new subscribers thanks to a lot of you guys. And I don't know what my next live is going to be, because now I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this one. Yes. But the colors are gorgeous. I'm really looking forward to see how this red is going to turn out, because it's kind of hiding in here. You don't really see it a lot. Well, I'm really appreciating each and every one of you guys. So thank you. I believe all of you have given me thumbs up, which is really nice to see. And I hope to see you guys here soon again, or catch you on your own channels, because I know that I will see a lot of you guys soon. You have one similar to this one? Yeah. They're so squishy. Squishy yarn cakes. But I hope that you have a great rest of your day, because I'm guessing I'm the only one that is going to say goodnight now. It's just 2 minutes past midnight, and all of you guys still have plenty of hours left to crochet away. So I'm just gonna say goodnight, and you can say goodnight whenever it's time for you to say goodnight. But I hope to see you guys here another day. Thank you very, very much. And let's see. Yeah, good night. Thanks. Sweet dreams. And bye-bye.